Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I am out on the Honda Trail 125 again in the mountains. Check this out. Pretty cool view from here. Those mountains over there is Mexico. I'm off out here in Arizona, southern Arizona, but there is some cool trails out in here. I've been finding all kinds of them. Thought I'd take you all along. What a better thing to ride than the CT125. This thing is great out here. And I've geared it down. I got a 45 tooth rear sprocket, which makes it better for lugging around out here. I don't need it for highway speeds. I want something to crawl around out here in these mountains, and with the 45 tooth rear sprocket, makes it a lot better. Plus I got some better tires than them stock ones. So there's some pretty rough stuff out here too. You gotta be careful, but some pretty cool trails that I've been finding. So if you guys like my videos, definitely don't forget to click that thumbs up. Comment. I like comments, and I will usually always answer your comments. Reply to them. That's a pretty bad spot right there. But appreciate you all. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. A lot of people I know just watch YouTube. They're not actually subscribed on YouTube, so they can't comment or click the thumbs up or none of that. So please, if you're not, it's super simple. And you can comment and engage. If you click that bell icon, you'll be notified when I put out a new video. But this is some pretty cool stuff out in here to check out. Definitely, I've never been out here. You gotta watch this stuff here. Loose rocks, big rocks, there's all kinds of rocks. There's all kinds of mines and caves and stuff out in here too. From a long time ago. On this Trail 125, you ain't gonna see no action usually, because I just kind of meander around, putt around. That's what this thing's for. And it's really good at it. It's nice because you can just put your feet down. You don't have to worry. A lot safer, I think, than the 300L that I have. Have the Gold Wing for the highway rides. But you want to adventure out here, this little Trail 125 is the way to go. This thing is a blast. And, you know, 100 and something miles a gallon. I filled this thing up before I left. Of course, let's see here. How am I? So I'm still on full tank. It was an hour just getting out here. Where I'm at now, or probably 2 hours just driving straight out here more. Still on full tank. Plus, I have this Nelson Rigg. Oh, there's a trail that way. Let's go this way. Nelson Rigg fuel bottle holder right here. And got a 30-ounce MSR bottle in there. So if I run out, I pour that in, and then it's time to go. Time to head toward home. But 30 ounces should take this thing quite a ways. World kind of a... I mean, these are some rough trails that I found. I have not been on these. Some of them I have been on. These I have not, for sure. Oh my goodness. Workout suspension. This thing ain't got much suspension. It's not actually like a smooth ride on this rough stuff, but you're not going so fast that it really matters so much. You know, if he's going a fast pace, you definitely want it to be smoother. But for what it is, a little billy goat. The little billy goat does good. Check out them cactuses right there. We have some of those on our property. We just bought some property here in southern Arizona, and there's some of those on it. Big ones, some small ones. Oh, my map went off. Need my map on so I can see where I'm going. I don't know where this. Well, it shows it in Van Horn Spring. It shows the dead ends. All of them don't dead end. Some of them go way, way through the mountains. But so I always check out the dead end ones too, because really, that's a lot of the coolest stuff. And a lot of the coolest stuff too that I find, there's a calf right there, is stuff that is not even on the map. That's where I find the best trails. And if you look at the trails on the map, this is a Garmin Zumo GPS. And if you see the ones that are real squiggly lines, that's usually always the best trails to go on. But this thing, you just kind of just putt around out through here. Not in no hurry. Out enjoying nature. Out enjoying these mountains. It's beautiful back in here. I can go from mountains to desert in just a heartbeat. Now this desert here around Sierra Vista, southern Arizona, it's desert, but it's not like the real arid, dry desert, like up by Phoenix and Tucson, up in that way. This is high desert here. Elevation here is 6,200 feet. We're actually not down in the bottom here. I'm kind of on the side of this mountain. But even down in the bottom at Sierra Vista, it's 4,600 feet. So it's high desert, and it's not like super hot, super dry desert like a lot of Arizona. Before I come from Missouri Ozarks to here, I thought Arizona, my gosh, there ain't nothing out there but desert and cactuses. And what was I wrong? This is a beautiful place. And the riding here is so much better than Missouri Ozarks and Arkansas and in there, because there's so much more. There's way more trails, a lot more to explore. You have the mountains. And yeah, it gets hot here. I mean, like last summer, I think the hottest it got that I noticed was 99 degrees. But it gets hotter than that hot in Missouri, only it's so humid you just about die from the humidity. Here, it gets hot, but it's dry. So don't seem near as hot. And when you get in the shade, it's not bad at all. In Missouri, you get in the shade, it don't matter. You still pour sweat like crazy. So I'm thinking that the move to Arizona was definitely better. I mean, I really am enjoying living here and being able to explore, because that's the kind of person I am. This is what I do. I enjoy riding the Gold Wing on the street rides too, but my calling is out here in the woods, out here in the, in the national forest. That's what I like. Uh-oh. We come up on some cattle at the feeder. So obviously the farmer comes out here and sets them out some feed, some salt licks or something there, mineral licks. And the cool part about out here too is you might be on private property. I don't know if I am now or not. I mean, it's just like open range, but you can ride everywhere on people's property, and there'll be gates, and they just have a sign on there, please close the gate. They don't mind you going through, just close their gates so their cows don't get out. There's no gate on this. That's why I think this is not private land, because there's no fence or no gates to keep those cows in. That's for sure. Holy cow, what kind of a rut is that? You better stay left here. Don't want to goof up and go in that thing. So definitely brought me some water out here, brought me some Cliff bars for snacks in case I get a hunger. So I'm thinking I'm coming to the end of it, because this is where it says Van Horn Spring, which I don't see the spring. It's probably down there in the bottom. Road don't go to it, I'm sure. It might. I thought it ended right here, but road still goes this way, for a little ways anyway. Oh, this is going to be the end of the road right here. Probably this is going to be the Van Horn Spring. I mean, it is rough as a cob out here too. So is there a spring out there? Oh yeah. You probably can't see it, but I mean I can see it barely. It's definitely a spring. You can see that green right there, the moss. So it's coming out of the rock up there, coming off the hillside. I can get to it where I can better see it. Look at the moss out here. Just runs down through this canyon. Comes out of the mountains up there somewhere. Have some pipe here. Usually a lot of these old timers, they would take a pipe, put it in a spring and run it down to their house or to a cattle trough or anything. So it's running down the rock there, but I ain't sure the spring, a lot of it don't come out right there. Pretty cool. Well, I can say I have been to Van Horn Spring, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool down in here. And these springs like this, the ones I've seen, they run year round. I mean, I've been out here in the hottest of summer, and they're still running. So definitely, if you own a place out here, you'd want to have one of these springs on your property. You'd have it made. If you got water, that's all you need. Electric ain't no big deal. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but you can do without it. But you can't do without the water. Especially in Arizona. Gotta pick my lines there. I see lots of cattle out in here. If you go back and watch my last video before this one, I found a cabin up in the mountains up in there. Really cool. I mean, it's in bad shape, but it was cool to find it. It was really neat. You don't find that very often. I find all kinds of stuff out of here. I find mines. I found, I mean, all kinds of mines and caves and you just name it. You never know what you're going to find on the next trail. That's why I like exploring these ones, especially the ones that look like they haven't been traveled a lot. People turn around because it gets too rough or something, or they show on the map that they don't go nowhere. A lot of times that's the best ones to go look at, check out. Look at that little old calf, and I mean that's a newborn there. It's all right. I'm not gonna run over you, booger. That's a beautiful calf. And that's probably mama right there saying, "Don't mess with my baby, or I will mess you up." I don't know if it's a mama or not. That's awful young to be a mama. Could be. Probably just a heifer. Just take it easy. It's almost like the 300L that I ride too, with that manual clutch, you've got to be on your toes more. You got to clutch it. You got to, this thing here, because you don't have to worry about this hand other than hanging on the handlebars. You have more freedom to relax and ride without having to worry about clutching or any of that. You just stop in the middle of a hill. You stop in gear, you just gas it and take off. You don't have to worry about clutching and wheeling or spinning out or any of that. No rocks kick you around out here. Well, it's pretty cool to go to Van Horn Spring. He's rough right here. Oop, hit my foot peg. I got this Honda CT125 set up pretty good for this stuff now. I've got the tires, I've got all my gear, I've got pretty much protected. I'd like to get some of those crash bars on it just in case I do dump it. I haven't dumped it yet. Luckily, it's pretty easy to not crash this thing because it's low when you put your feet down, so it makes it nice. It's pretty safe, really. But I still like to have some just in case. And I got a company that's going to send me some. Kimimoto. They've sent me stuff before. It's China stuff, but hey, worse. What stuff ain't made in China? Even stuff you think you buy made in the United States, they have it outsourced to China. So it doesn't mean you're getting China. But a lot of the stuff I get, China stuff, still good stuff. Okay, I think I come from that way. I need to go this way. It is rough up in here. The trees out here is a lot different than Missouri. There are a lot of oak trees. These are oak trees. And there's a lot of juniper trees. Like this is an oak tree here. Some of them are blue oaks. I don't know the difference in all the trees yet. Back in Missouri when I was a kid, I was raised out in the country. I mean, way out in the woods, and I was taught how to survive. And I was taught all the trees and all the plants and stuff you could eat, and it's come in handy. One of these days I may use that too. You never know. So, okay. Vehicles, foot horse travel permitted. No vehicles. Well, how can you not get no vehicles? I just come out here. That sign's like backward. I went the other direction. How could you not have vehicles? The road's right here. It's kind of weird. It's like they put the sign so you see it on your way back out. I don't know. Oh well. Van Horn it was. Okay guys, I'm going to end this video here. Don't want to make it too long. Some people don't like long videos. But thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. Watch the next video. Watch the video before this. I got lots of videos coming on the CT125. Thank you all for watching. As I said, click the thumbs up, subscribe down below. We'll catch you all in the next video. Right on.